We are more aware tonight than we have been in a while about just how much power the government has over our lives. The massive leak of information about the NSA surveillance on Americans really does affect virtually everyone in the country. Tonight we accelerate our coverage of this most timely topic. In part one of Prying Eyes, Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge continues her reporting on a place where all that data is heading.
Bluffdale, Utah, 25 miles south of Salt Lake City, the NSA is nearing completion on a gargantuan new project. It's named the Utah Data Center. The NSA will neither confirm nor deny the specifics, but some estimate the center will be capable of storing 5 zettabytes of data, or enough to store every email, cell phone call, Google search and surveillance camera video in America for a very long time. All the NSA would tell us is that the Utah Data Center is a facility for the intelligence community that will have a major focus on cybersecurity.
All right, we're going to take off.
We weren't given access last summer, but we could see it from the sky.
I want you to look real close because right now we're 500 feet over the Utah Data Center, and this is as close as you're going to get without a security clearance.
You can actually see the cranes right now after 12 o'clock.
Wow. From the sky, it's huge.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
It's really a turnkey situation where it can be turned quickly and become a totalitarian state pretty quickly. The capacity to do that is being set up.
That's a chilling assessment from Bill Binney, who worked at the NSA for nearly 4 decades, starting as a data analyst in the days before desktop computers. After 9/11, the NSA began a warrantless surveillance program approved by President Bush.
That started with the telecoms providing billing data, records of people in the United States, calling people in the United States. My estimate was that they were collecting on the order of 3 billion a day.
3 billion phone records.
3 billion, yeah. That's just internal to this country.
In simple terms, NSA was spying on Americans inside this country.
That's correct.
Binney thought it was wrong and quit in protest. Someone leaked the story of the NSA surveillance program to the New York Times, which exposed it in 2005. In 2007, the NSA officially discontinued that program. The same year, suspecting he was the source for the New York Times leak, the FBI raided Bill Binney's home. Binney, who denies being the leaker, was not charged with any crimes.
I continue to believe it was effective, it was lawful, and it was appropriate.
As the director of the NSA from 1999 to 2005, General Michael Hayden was Binney's boss.
I think it made America safe during a period of great danger.
Apparently Congress, which in 2008 amended the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, explicitly legalizing much of the surveillance going on, and President Obama, who reauthorized the law, agree. To Binney, it's more clear than ever that President Obama is using that authority even more aggressively than the man Democrats accused of shredding the Constitution, George W. Bush. That's another reason Binney continues to be a fierce critic of the Utah Data Center, scheduled to be operational in the fall, saying it would have a nearly limitless capacity to pry into Americans' digital lives.
Whatever you did electronically, they could capture.
But would the NSA ever do that, even if it could? One man we'd hoped would answer that question, the current director of the National Security Agency, General Keith Alexander. When he declined requests to sit down with us for an interview, we stopped by the offices of a Washington think tank where Alexander was speaking at a cybersecurity event.
Will the Utah Data Center hold the data of American citizens?
No. We don't hold data on U.S. citizens, the people there at NSA. They take protecting your civil liberties and privacy is the most important thing that they do, and securing this nation. And so when people just throw out, oh, they're going to have all this stuff at the Utah Data Center, that's baloney. That's just ludicrous. Now, I'm not going to come out and say, well, here's what we're doing at Utah. That would be ridiculous, too, because it would give our adversaries a tremendous advantage. We're not going to do that.
But Bill Binney says Alexander's protestations miss the point. This is not about the character of his former NSA colleagues. It's about the possibility that less than noble leaders, if not now then in the future, will misuse the government's stunning new capacity to collect, store, and analyze anyone's data.
Now it's a question of if we get the wrong person in office, or if certain people set up their network internally in the government, they could make that happen quickly.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, we balance those three virtues all the time. The question people like me ask the American people is, so how much more do you want me to do?
Catherine Harrods reporting in part one of that series. Fox News has just learned within the past minutes that General Alexander, the director of the National Security Agency, NSA, will brief the Senate Intelligence Committee in a closed classified session tomorrow afternoon at 2:30.